Strange World is the new Disney animated movie about does anyone actually know what this movie is about? Yeah, so Strange World is the latest movie from Walt Disney Animation Studios that is currently dropping on the deck and flopping like the crustiest fish in theaters. A budget of $180 million, and it's only projected to make a measly $19 million on Thanksgiving weekend, with a tragic $4.2 million on opening day. That's not good. Not good at all. Just scrolling through showtimes on the AMC app right now, it's kind of baffling that even out here in old animation land, theaters are empty. And they're likely going to be a ghost town just about everywhere. But why? Easy. Disney sabotaged this movie from the start.
Sabotage?
Now, this isn't going to be some video that encourages everyone to rally up and go see Strange World. At this point, if you want to see it just to support the artist behind the film, by all means do it. But as someone who really just learned what this movie was about just to make this video, I'm not here to sell tickets on Disney's behalf. I'm not doing their job for them. Instead, I want to unpack how and why Disney did this movie dirty. From marketing, to the timing of its release, to their last-minute attempt at trying to squeeze some money out of it. Like, yikes. This makes their treatment of Pixar over the last 2 years look like absolute mercy. Strange World has not only been under-promoted, with a lot of people not even realizing it came out this weekend, but the marketing it has gotten has been weak. It's definitely reminiscent of how they treated Atlantis and Treasure Planet, which apparently this film actually has a similar vibe to. Nice. But again, can you even tell me what this movie is about? The fact most of you watching can't should be a red flag, because Disney kinda rocks at selling movies to their viewers off of very simple ideas. And yes, I am including Pixar and Marvel and all those other brands in there. Coco, kid with a love for music stumbles into the land of the dead. Tangled, Rapunzel with singing. Wreck-It Ralph, video game bad guy wants to be a good guy. Lightyear, Buzz origin story. Soul, this time the lead black character turns into a booger. Turning Red, girl turns into giant red panda when she's amped up. Hell, we've all seen the same "what if Blink had feelings" Pixar meme that's made the rounds since 2012 Facebook. So it feels purposeful on Disney's end that the average moviegoer can't tell you what this film is about beyond, planet, family, gay. Actually sitting down and watching the trailer paints a better idea of what the movie's about. A family of explorers are recruited to check out an alien planet where the eldest of the family went missing. But I can't say it really entices people to go see the movie, given that it spoils half of the plot. Imagine being in the theater and watching this trailer for the very first time. The hook of the whole story, the mystery of the eldest, is answered halfway through. There's a whole minute of trailer left, man. The only takeaways you really have left from the trailer itself is the generational trauma and extravagant alien world. The problem is, Disney already has movies with those bases covered, released within the last year alone. Encanto and Lightyear, the latter of which only came out like 6 months ago. And this isn't me saying you can't do different takes on the same subject. Not at all. What I'm saying is, as a basic consumer, whether that be kid, parent, or just animation-loving adult, based off the marketing alone, there isn't much about this movie that stands out from its contemporaries. At least, not enough to justify a trip to the movies. This honestly might be a reason why Disney sabotaged Strange World. Because the people in charge of marketing know that this movie, on a surface level, has a lot in common with other films they just released. A case of a movie that's probably pretty fun, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. However, we can't ignore another way Disney fumbled this movie's marketing, seemingly in a last-minute attempt to get some seats in the theater. their favorite chess move as of late, promoting their 800th first openly gay character with Ethan. This marketing tactic has gotten on pretty much everyone's nerves, as people who want to see themselves represented on the big screen have gotten used to Disney clickbaiting them into seeing a character or couple who only has a few minutes, if not seconds, of screen time, with said screen time being easy to cut out of international releases. And then you have the corner of the internet who just hates everything gay, going absolutely supernova, review bombing the movie, and even tanking the trailer with dislikes. You can't even see dislikes anymore without downloading an extension. Why are you wasting your time with this? Grass is free! If Disney really wants all walks of life to be represented on the big screen, regardless of their race or sexuality, then they just need to let them exist without their existence being treated as some sort of spectacle, not having any part of their identity marketed as their defining trait, which seemed to be what they were going for with Strange World, until again, they decided they wanted to make some quick bucks off of it. It is worth mentioning that people who actually have seen the movie say that Ethan's sexuality isn't something that can be trimmed out, and is actually pivotal to the overall story. Part of me wants to give my props to Disney for finally not duping everyone with half-hearted representation for once. But another part of me wonders if that's exactly why they set this movie up for failure. Because they're aware that anti-woke is on the rise. And if they went all out with this movie, then they run the risk of pissing off their more conservative audience, finding it way easier to just give it a blink and you miss it theatrical run before tossing it into the void. That is Disney Plus. Oh yeah, did I mention that the release for this movie is even worse than the marketing? Strange World isn't getting a full theatrical run like other Disney-owned movies. Instead, they're giving it the same treatment Encanto got last year. A limited 30-day run, and then it's banished to streaming. Yeah, because people are going to be flocking in droves to AMC for a movie they can just watch for free in a few weeks. Well, free if you have Disney Plus, or this fancy new streaming service I found. I heard they got everything! But that's just one obstacle in this poor movie's way, as Disney decided to sandwich it between Black Panther: Wakanda Forever and Avatar: The Way of Water. At this point, it's just bullying. It already has a lot to prove to general audiences due to being an original IP. And you stuck it in between the sequel to one of the highest grossing Marvel movies that has even more buzz around it than it would have due to the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman and Blue Man Group 2. Oh, and there's also this thing called other studios that make movies too. So again, not really doing Strange World any favors. Because let's be honest, Disney wants all of their movies to be outings for families and friends. They want you to see these in a big old group so they can make more moolah. But like, the movies aren't cheap? I moved to California earlier this year, and a ticket at AMC is like $16. And I'm not even seeing it in IMAX or anything. So if you're a parent taking your kids to the movies, you're gonna have to pay for multiple tickets on top of food and drinks, which is easily another $10 to $20 per person. If we're thinking of the typical nuclear family, this is gonna be close to, if not over, a $100 trip. Black Panther and Avatar being pushed as must-see movies. So why would someone want to make the expensive-ass trek to the theater 3 times in a month just to see an animated movie they barely know anything about and probably don't want to see that bad because of their shit marketing? And if you need further convincing that Disney does not give a rat's ass about this movie succeeding, they're not even bothering to release it in France. And it got pulled in 20 countries over Ethan being gay. Soft! Those bozos are soft! The international market matters a lot for studios like Disney. So you'd think not releasing in that many places outside of the US would encourage them to push it harder here so it can turn a profit. But instead, it really feels like the mouse is just shrugging his shoulders and wiping his ass clean with it. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this film will be remembered, and if it'll hit the same status as Treasure Planet and Atlantis. once it's on Disney Plus, it could become a hit, which may light a fire under Disney's ass to try and squeeze money from it by putting it back in theaters, just like Encanto. But I don't think Encanto's re-release was successful enough for them to take another shot at it. Cause you know, everyone could watch it at home for free. I really hope this is the last animated film to get treated like this under Disney's Iron Fist, at least for a while. Considering one of the first things Bob Iger did once he reclaimed his throne was fire Kareem Daniel, who was in charge of the media and entertainment distribution division at Disney for the last 2 years. Ideally, Danny Boy's replacement will treat the upcoming slate of animated films much better, with much more care and respect, but my expectations for Disney as a company have hit rock bottom. Again, if you want to see Strange World because you're genuinely interested, or just want to support the artist, do it! But don't waste time, because at the rate it's flopping at the box office, theaters could pull it much sooner than the 30 days it was slated for. But let me know what you guys think about this whole Strange World fiasco, and if you've seen the movie, I'd love to know your thoughts. Did you like it? Did you just think it was okay? Comment down below. And be sure to follow me over on the gram at Fox, where I post memes, my cat, and occasionally me, whatever. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content, and I'll see you next time. Peace.